you are living in the Boston area and wondering if life could feel lighter, more peaceful, and more aligned, then this is your sign. My family and I, we made the move from Massachusetts to Greenville, South Carolina, and while it was one of the hardest things for us to do, it was also the best. In today's video, I'm sharing the honest truth about what it is really like to relocate from the Upstate South Carolina from the Boston area in 2025. Look at the emotional realities, the logistical headaches, and what made us fall in love with this area even after a rocky start. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy. I'm brokered by eXp Realty, and I am the local expert in the Upstate South Carolina. If you're thinking about relocating, if you need more information, it is time to book that free consultation. The link is in the description below. We spent years stuck in rental after rental, unable to find a home in Massachusetts. Between the soaring cost of living and the ultra-low inventory, it really felt impossible to put down some roots. We didn't want to leave our family, and that was the hardest part, but we knew down deep we were being called to expand and to build a better future. We wanted to build that sustainable life and give our kids a space to grow. The turning point came during a visit to the Upstate South Carolina, the mountains, the farms, the peace of life. We knew this was the area that we belonged. The financial shift was real. We went from paying a high rent for an apartment in Massachusetts to be able to own a half an acre in the Upstate South Carolina at a reasonable cost that we could afford. I mean, we are talking median home price in Boston around $795,000 to Greenville being around $420,000 in the year 2025. Not to mention lower property tax, utility costs, and everyday expenses. Even though our property was smaller than we had hoped for, it showed us something more powerful. It showed us that you can grow a ton of food and live sustainably, even on just a half an acre. To be honest, our move was not easy at all. My son and I did most of the heavy lifting, and it was really challenging, exhausting, and overwhelming. Our biggest learning experience here was that it really takes a long time to get those boxes packed up and stacked somewhere else. And doing it in one day really isn't feasible. You really need to give yourself enough time for that preparation so that you don't physically and mentally exhaust yourself. What was really beneficial for us was getting a pod so that we could load up and do that in our own timing. But I do have to say things were a little bit rushed. I did not have enough time to research those moving companies initially. I would completely suggest to you to price it out, call those companies and get those quotes so that you can make the best choice for your family. Have a good support system and don't be afraid to reach out to those friends, call them up and have them help you, even if it's loading a few boxes onto that truck or onto that pod. And I cannot stress this enough, but having a great realtor is the key to being assured that you're heading in the right direction. So we had packed up all of our things, loaded into the pods, and the pods went down to South Carolina. We were under contract for a house. We thought we were all set, but for us, our journey did not stop there. We actually ended up having to terminate our contract. It was our fault. We really hadn't gone in person to see the house. We were trusting in our real estate agent that she would be giving us all of the pieces to the puzzle, so to speak. But we were missing a few things. And all in all, we finally decided to take a trip down to see the house that we were going to buy. And we were in total shock. The house that we saw online was not at all like the pictures that we had seen. It was nothing like the pictures, nothing like the listing. There were dead trees in the back of this property. The land was not usable at all. It was like being in a horror movie. So having a relocation savvy realtor on your side who understands your vision, who understands your needs and your wants clearly, who can walk you through what you need to do and how to do it and how to get what you want is super, super important. To me, it's not optional to find that professional. It is essential. Now, even though this was dramatic and there were a lot of things to that equation, it really gave us so many other things, and we decided it was best to come on down to the upstate South Carolina and rent in order so that we could actually be here in the process to find that house that would really suit us. And the moment we found that right house, we were finally able to settle, and everything changed from that point. When we were staying down here, what surprised us most was the community support, weekly farmers markets, homeschool resources, and just real people, real conversations, people willing to reach out and give you a hand. I've never felt such a strong sense of purpose. We're growing our own food, we're building our life from the ground up, and finally it feels like we belong. If you're thinking about relocating from Boston or anywhere in that Northeast, please reach out. I have lived this journey and I help families specifically in this process to make it smoother, lighter, and align with their goals. I wish I knew how critical it was to have that relocation partner, not just that realtor, but someone to walk you through and help you ask the right questions to get you where you want to be. Don't rush. Have those timelines spread out so that you do not get overwhelmed. Create a clear vision for yourself. What is the lifestyle that you ultimately are seeking? Our move didn't go exactly how we had planned, and it could have gone so much better, but it did teach us a lot of resilience and a lot about striving to get the most out of this life that you really want with intention and purpose. And now we get to live in alignment with what matters most to us. If you're holding on to that idea that there's more out there for you, you are right. I would be happy to help you find that. This video is only touching the surface of how I can help and support and guide you. So please reach out, find that link below, schedule that free consultation, and let's get you started on your better life. This is more than real estate, it's your life. Let's make it yours.